Hi, my name is Susan. I'm in the beautiful Puerto Vallarta, Mexico Beach area. I am in a pool, a shallow pool, and you may want to try this at home, may not. Make sure you do have something to hold on to. And so we'll be doing flexibility and balance, and the fun thing is that when you do balance, it also helps with strengthening. So that's nice. I have a chair here, but I don't have a chair for the water, but I can use the rail, so make sure at home you've got a wall or a chair to use. And then also having some water to drink. I tried my water and it just floated, so I'll just have to forego the water today, but you be sure to stay hydrated. All right, let's start with just some loosening of the body, and we call this a ragdoll dance. So I'm picking up my foot and pointing one toe, rotating the legs around, taking in deep inhales and exhales. Hope you get a chance to get fresh air today. Open a window or just able to go outside some. Let's bend the knees a little bit, roll one shoulder, and then roll the other. Reaching up and rolling. Now, most of us have our shoulders rolled forward. Let's do that a little bit because we want to finish again with our arms going back and our shoulders, heart and chest open. And then again, let's roll up and back. Getting those sneaky little squats in whenever you get a chance to bend your knees. With the fingers spread wide, your feet are parallel to each other, and I hope you can see my feet. And it just feels good to be in the water. I'm a little bit of a mermaid, so I love to have my body in the water. So tailbone down a bit, belly towards the spine. Reach up, let's hinge over to one side. So we could have the arms bent if that would feel better to you. Remember, anything I do today, if it doesn't, if it's not available, we don't say we can't, we just say, that's not available. And another thing you can do is have one arm down. That may feel good, and just let gravity take hold of that arm. Let's come back upright, up and over for the other side, and releasing the other arm down. Deep breaths. You should feel a deep stretch along the intercostal muscles. That's the rib cage area. Back upright, up and over. Remember to smile. Even if you don't feel like it, just go, When we smile, it helps to send happy hormones through our body. And we all want happy hormones, right? And then come on back upright. Once more over. Of course, I feel a little stretchies. And once more, up and over. Okay, back to center. Let's clasp the fingers together, back and forth. Take your thumbs with you. Rotate, clasping your fingers together, rotate your palms out. Maybe take the legs a little wider apart. Reaching up. We just did quite a few side bends, so we'll just lift up and go back. And then let's hinge forward. Bend your knees, shifting forward. And then come on back upright. I'm keeping my back straight. I'll show you from the side. Stick your booty out. And come on back upright. And once more. Back upright. Notice how fatigued your arms get when we have them up in the air like that. Shake them out. All right, bend one arm, lay the other elbow into the other elbow. So elbow to elbow, spread the fingers wide. This shoulder wants to come up towards your ear, so tell it to come on down. Just like, let's make a deal, come on down. Boy, I haven't thought of that show in a long time. Take the head to look in the opposite direction. And then release. We'll bend the other arm. Elbow to elbow. This shoulder down. And head to the other side. and release. Let's take hold of either your chair, or for me, I'm going to take the rail. And take one leg back behind you, bend the other leg, and let's just press into it and hold it here. Spread the toes wide. Deep breath. Excuse me. And then reverse the legs. Feel a deep stretch in the back of the calf. Back to center. There's a tendency to want to bounce and move around more, but your body actually, I want you to think about tailbone down, belly towards the spine. Your body actually likes a good long hold stretch. And then once more, we'll take the arms, I'm sorry, not the arms back, the leg back. And then this time, let's try with the legs straight. So both legs straight and hinging forward just a little bit lower. I'm lifting up on the toes, spreading the toes, placing them back down. Deep breath. Bend the front leg, come back. Other leg goes back. And again, legs straight. Back to center. Roll the shoulders again. Bend the legs. Circle the hips around. This is always kind of a funny move, but it's really good for you. You need to bend the knees a bit. And then we'll circle around the other way. Now it's a little early for, we think of, it's probably not going to be snowing anywhere. But let's think of cross-country skiing. If we're holding ski poles, they're out like that. We're going to have open arms for our ski poles. So bend one knee and then the other, shifting back and forth. And release. Shake it out. And then holding on to our chair, we're just going to take the leg forward and back. And so this is fun for me because I've got the water here, sweeping forward and back. So forward and back, forward and back. Let's do the other leg. Forward and back. I do have stairs behind me, so I need to be cautious. And then we'll take the legs side to side. So maybe a hand on the hip. Back and forth. And other leg. All right, that wasn't so much fun, but it's good for your legs. Reaching out. Let's spread the fingers wide, draw your hands out, and then squeeze your hands, making fists with the hands, and then open up and squeeze. And open the hands and squeeze. Open hands, squeeze. And then we'll rotate the fists around and come around the other way. All right, fingers and palms together at elbow height, and then take the hands down as much as you can. Fingertips pointing up, and then fingertips pointing down. Up and down. Let's clasp the fingers together And have your pointer finger and your thumbs together. And we'll take the hands to point down and then up. Maybe back and forward and down. All right, shake it out. Shake, shake, shake. And again, let's roll side to side a little bit. Let's take the legs wide, hands on your thighs. Rotate one shoulder towards opposite knee. Feel a deep, good stretch in your back. Inhale to center, exhale over for the other side. So inhale to center and exhale over. I love this move. It just feels so good. So your head stays pretty much center, and it's that your shoulders are moving side to side. Back to center and over. Rolling, and a big deep stretch for the back, and then over to the other side. Back to center, and then come on back upright. Now, don't do this. If you're in this position with the back rounded, you don't want to have the back round. You don't want to have this. You want to have your back flat, and you want to come up straight. That's much better for your back. Holding onto your chair again. Now, you're not going to be able to see my feet, sadly, in the water, but we're going to come up onto toe to heel and rolling toe to heel. So, lifting up and drawing your heels up, and then coming down and shifting back to your heels and drawing your toes up. So rolling back and forth. You can bend your knees a little bit. And then let's cross the legs, taking your feet parallel to each other. So if my hands were my feet, they would be like this. And then we will fold forward. So just come down halfway. Excuse me. So just coming down halfway, the back stays flat. The weight on the feet is even. Keep breathing. Come on back upright. Let's cross the legs the other way. Hinge forward again. Keep on breathing. You should feel this in the back of your legs and your hamstrings. Back to center and release. Now, if you go on walks, a good idea is to cross the legs again, and if it's okay, folding all the way forward. Now, I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to go down just a little bit lower. The feet again are crossed, and this gets into the IT bands. So this is a great stretch for if you've taken a walk or a run. Cross the legs again and rolling over. Keep breathing, deep inhales and exhales. And come back to center. Shake the legs a little bit. Shake it out. Shake it out. Again, let's do a little bit of a splash splash with the water. Reaching up and back. And reaching up and back. And again, crossing both ways. Let's take the legs wide again. Draw the arms out, bend the knees, and then come back up, and then we'll swish, swish with the water, reach up, back to what we call horse pose, back to center, sweep, sweep, reach on up and back, back to our horse, reaching up. All right, and release. So shake that water off if you've got any on you. Again, holding on to create stability. Feet parallel to each other. Let's draw one leg up, flex the foot and just hold it here. So you may or may not need to hold on to something. Keep breathing, heart and chest lifting. And then let's take that down, shift the weight to the other leg. Now you could do this anywhere. You don't have to do this during this certain time of your class. Make sure also that your standing leg is bent slightly. That will help to create stability. You could do this, let me make sure I'm steady here, holding on to a grocery cart, maybe not have the leg lifted that much, but no one would even have to know what you're doing. Anytime we can do a balance pose like this, where we're holding ourselves up on one leg, you're not only working on balance, but you're creating strength in the leg that is on the ground. Now, if you're feeling really spunky, you could maybe take the leg out to the side. Excuse me. Take the leg back to center and down. Let's take the other one up again. And again, it's important to flex your feet. That will engage the muscles in your leg a little bit more. And taking the leg out to the side. Let's see how fancy I am if I can let go of the rail. Sure wouldn't want to have a dip right now though. And then coming out and release. Okay, shake it out. Very good. I say very good to myself. Like, I made it. Woo! All right. Holding on to again, a chair or a rail. Take the foot back. See if you can find your pants leg or your foot. And just hold on to the leg to feel that deep stretch in the front of your thigh now. So that's a good quadricep stretch, the front of your thigh. And then we'll start to hinge forward. Now, you may not want to go any further than this. Reaching out. Bend the standing leg. I had mine just totally straight. Standing leg can be bent. Maybe keep a focal point. Maybe take the other arm out. Letting go. Coming back. Shake the legs out. Always release that when you have one leg. You want to make sure you kind of let that blood flow go again. So we'll do the other side. So taking the foot up. Find the foot. Big quadricep stretch. Deep breath. Bending the knee, Pacific Ocean behind me. Starting to hinge forward. Have a focal point. Something that's not moving. Hard to find in water. Maybe you can take the foot away from the body a little bit. Back to your safety rail, and then shake it out. Opening up the shoulders again. Let's release the shoulders, and then reaching up and around. Let's sweep the arms out and up. Bend the knees, sweep, sweep, and inhale up and back. Hands to the heart. Open again, inhale. Exhale down. Inhale up, spread the toes. Hands to the heart. Open again, inhale. Releasing down. Reaching up and back. All right. Bending the legs and just rolling a bit, toe to heel. So with our feet holding onto a chair, maybe point and flex the foot. And then circle the foot and ankle around. Circle around the other way. And then bend the knee and kick it out. You could do this even sitting in a chair. and kicking the leg back and forth. If you've got water, you could kick the water up. And then from your knee, circle around. And then circle around the other way. Now it's going to get a little bit more complicated here. We're going to take the whole leg out and circle the whole leg around. And then circle around the other way. Whew. All right, shake it out. Now we'll switch sides. Now I've got the step here. I've got to be cautious. Probably don't try this at home. So we'll point and flex the foot, taking the leg up. And then circle foot and ankle around. And then circle around the other way. And then we'll kick it back and forth. From your knee, circle around. Your thighs pretty much parallel to the ground. Circle around the other way. And then take the leg out and we'll circle the whole leg around. And then we'll circle around the other way. Generating some heat here. Woo! Okay, shake, shake, shake. Spread the fingers wide, reaching up and around. And coming up and around the other way. Let's open up arms, bend the knees, sweep, sweep again. Inhale up, reaching up, hands to the heart. It's really important to be able to squat down to the ground, be able to get stuff out of the lower cabinets, pick something up, inhaling up, bending the legs, and reaching up and back. All right, clasping fingers together again, rotating palms out. Reach up and over, back to center, and over, and release. Take the hands back behind you and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Legs wider apart, bend the legs. My hands are kind of wet. I don't know if this will be available. See if you can take your hands away from the back. If not, let's let go and just take the arms up. So bending up, coming into chair, and then hinging forward. So reach up and down, and up and down. A couple more times. Why? Because it's hard. And we call this miserable, chair pose. Reaching up and back. And then come all the way up. Reaching up and back. Hands to the heart. All right. So with holding the rail again, let's take the leg up and then out to the side. So don't put your foot on your knee, either above or below the knee. If this hip wants to go out, tell it to come back in. Tailbone down a bit, bend the standing leg, lots to think about. And then keeping a focal point, maybe drawing one arm up, and then maybe the other. Reaching up. Yay! And then come on down, shake the legs out. We'll take the other leg out to the side. And again, anytime you're doing weight-bearing exercise, that helps to strengthen the bones. So it's balance, but it's also strengthening. Reaching up. I don't feel quite as steady here, but I'm holding it. And release. All right, march it out, roll the shoulders. So let's come into a bit of a twist here. So with the legs, let's take the legs parallel to each other again and cross at the feet. So squeeze the legs together And we'll draw the arms up, cross at the wrists, and lift the arms up and over. I know it may sound silly, but I always feel like a beautiful palm tree when I do this. So my fingers are my palms, palm fronds. And we'll lift up, and we can go up and over for the other side. And release. Cross the legs the other way and squeeze together again. Inhaling up, lifting up and over, and release. Let's take the one leg out again, hinging forward. The front leg could be bent slightly, and we'll come into a twist here. Let's take this hand to the chair and the other hand to the hip, and rotating around. And then come back to center and over for the other side. So let's see if I can get my hands straight. Reaching around. So our point here is to get into a big twist with our spine that also helps with the abdominal organs. And then come back to center. Let's just stretch it out again, holding on to the chair maybe. Take one leg forward, come up on the back toes, bend the front leg, and let's just pump that back heel. And then straightening both legs, hinging forward. Coming back to center, the other leg goes back, bending the front leg, and let's come up and down. The back foot goes down, hinge forward, and release. Alrighty. Hope that you are feeling really good, open, and more balanced. Feeling more free in your body. It's good to have strength and flexibility. I hope you'll join me again soon in the beautiful Puerto Vallarta area. So thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you again real soon.